Ladies and gentlemen of Walker Nation, I have the honor of standing here with the man himself. You know him from The Devil's Rejects, and of course, our favorite TV show, The Walking Dead. He played Axel. It's Mr. Lew Temple. How are you, sir?
Hey, Dave. How are you? It's good to be here at Walker Nation, and we're here in Providence, Rhode Island for the TerrorCon, and a lot of folks walking around. A lot of folks from the region, not just Rhode Island, but Massachusetts. I meet a lot of people from Fall River yesterday.
Not too far, yeah.
Yeah, just up the road. But everyone's been great. As you can tell, I've been talking a lot. I lost a little of my voice. Walker got some of my vocal cords, apparently. So, yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
They'll do that, right?
Yeah, you got to watch it. They'll take what they can.
So, you know, I will speak for everybody in the horror community and the fans and friends of Walker Nation. We all fell in love with Axel.
Oh, you're right.
What was it like playing such a dynamic character?
Well, it was great. The thing about Axel is he was kind of the voice that everybody in the audience wanted to use. In other words, he didn't necessarily have a filter. So he said what he thought, had his heart on his sleeve, if you will. So if there was something terrible, a virus worse than AIDS, is that possible? Or you must be a lesbian because you got the short hair. You know, he just made assumptions and said them, like we all do, but most times we don't say them. No. But Axel was that voice piece. He also was quite, I feel like he was somebody that was everyone's friend, or potentially was everyone's friend. And, you know, I think he had his hat in his hand. He tried very hard to be part of the group. And just when we were starting to get to know him, he was taken out.
Yeah. For me, he's like the uncle. When you have a cookout and you're like, Uncle Axel is coming today.
Yeah,
like, we are pumped.
A lot of fun. Well, clearly, I think he and Herschel would have had good conversations about bygone times. I think he and Daryl would have talked about having, you know, jerk-off brothers. And then, of course, he and Carol could just talk to one another about some of the difficult things they have been going through.
Daryl was gone. That was his opportunity with Carol. He had the opening.
I don't know if Daryl may not have initiated that hit with the governor, but I will say this about Carol, and I'm sure everyone notices, any man that gets close to her seems to fall out. So she might be the Black Widowmaker. I would issue Daryl caution.
Fair enough. If you're listening, Daryl, stay away.
That's it. That's it.
How long into when you knew you were going to become Axel? How long in did you know that he was going to ultimately get the bullet to the head?
Well, I think being knowing the graphic novels, I knew that was that was the end game.
Right.
I knew that the arc was going there. I was told 3 weeks in advance of it actually occurring that this was going to happen. And you know, Dave, you do the denial dance. What about Alan, this new guy? Let's take him out. And no, he's not as well known just yet, and we want to make this hurt. We're in a situation at the prison where everything's very comfortable, and we want to shake it up a little bit, so it's you. So at that point in time, you commit to honoring your character. You want to do a good job, a great job, and you want him to go out with glory, if you will. And so I was really happy about how we executed that. I thought that we were able to give it a surprise moment. It was really important to me to make it about it, for it to come out of nowhere, a little bit like the Kennedy assassination. You know, I wanted it to be a headshot. I didn't want to reanimate and become a zombie or a walker. They had asked me, and I said, why, so Carl can put me down? No.
Because he would.
Yes, he would. And I think he might have grabbed my mustache so he could impress Beth. Yeah, so I was very pleased with how we pulled it off. It was a bit of a gut punch, and I think it shocked the audience.
Sure. And we're also going to put a hashtag up on our Twitter. We want a Axel flashback. We want a flashback.
That would be great. Maybe in a white wedding dress in one of Rick's daydreams. Maybe Carol can have some fond thoughts of Axel and in between burning people and shooting children.
Fantastic.
Oh, good.
We love all things horror at Walker Nation, especially zombie movies. What's your favorite zombie film of all time?
Wow. I think throwback, you know, Day of the Dead is really amazing because it was so introductory. You know, I feel like that was pretty great. There was something about 28 Days Later I thought reintroduced the desperation of it all, just on its pacing and its filmmaking. I felt like 28 Days brought the zombie world back to us in a way that we enjoyed it. It updated it, and it gave it it gave it a lot of smoke and mirrors, and we didn't know it was around the corner, and so it had good movement. So
Fast zombies are very scary.
Yeah. It's,
Final question: the zombie apocalypse hits tomorrow.
yes.
What's the first thing you do?
Ooh. I'm gonna get my mustache waxed because I want to look good when I do battle. I'll probably look for Michonne.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she's
a great answer.
She's a good one. There is this thing I always say. I love Michonne, but she doesn't talk much, and for Axel, that's a fate worse than death. So, I think I could outrun Herschel, particularly with his bad leg. Maybe hang with him. I had this theory that become a vegetarian, but someone introduced the Tyrannosaurus Rex Brontosaurus. That doesn't work. Head for the water, or then Sharknado came out, and that does. Don't have a good idea. So I'll stick with Michonne.
I think Michonne's a good way to go.
Right?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Dave. It's great to be here on Walker Nation. Keep tuning in. You follow me?